Very simply, it's about a situation in America in the 1936 in which the country, in its infinite wisdom, elects a man to the presidency, Buzz Wind Rip, to be the president, and he's full of wind in many ways, but also has authoritarian air about him, and that is the fear. It's also about Dormus Jessup, who is a newspaper editor, owner in a small town in Vermont, and he's worried about the prospect of electing Buzz. He shares that concern with his family, his friends, and people in his community, other folks, and they don't share his relative concern. It's the struggle for democracy, which is, it's a tenuous battle constantly. We fought for it over 200 years ago, and we continue to fight for it. We are blessed to have an incredible, incredible cast. I think there are a lot of people in our community and friends of the theater, the Western stage, that know about the piece and we're familiar with it, and we're like, yeah, I want to be a part of this. Regardless of where they fall in terms of their perspective, it's just an important piece to have us reminded of. And so, yeah, the audience is definitely going to be treated to some wonderful performances by just an incredible cast, and we're so lucky to have them. For a director, it's challenging because it moves so fast. It's very kind of cinematic, somewhat Reader's theater, very Brechtian in many elements. So it's a big casserole of a piece. You've got some very touching, realistic scenes that you want to get a lot of nuance and relationship exposed and shared with the audience. But then there are scenes where you go from one location to another location just in a second, and that's helped along by the narrators of the production, and also with some of the other elements that we brought in terms of design. I think the most important thing is, some people are going to come down on different sides of the issue in our current events. That's understandable. And, but the most important thing is what I want the audience to come away with, and I always ask myself that question as a director, is what do I want the audience to come away with? I want them to understand how valuable democracy is, how challenging it is to maintain, and how easy it is for us in a democracy to be fractured from one another. And I think currently that's really easy. And I think the most important thing we can do as a society is accept each other's point of view without going crazy and going nuts. So my hope is that people see this from the point of view of the family that's going through this situation, how they get fractured, and how, in spite of their flaws, they intend on doing the right thing, but because of the systems don't allow them to do the right thing because we've put, people into power that are taking advantage of their situation rather than allowing, freedom and democracy to run its course. So that's my focus there.